Hello, welcome back to 16 years and now kid-free. Well, almost kid-free. I'm back down on the Romney Marsh. I'll take you for a wander around in a minute. Leah and her friends just raced off to the sea. It's a lot further away than they ever think. Yeah, sorry I haven't been on for the last couple of days. Had a few bombshells hit me over the past few days and I really haven't been feeling like doing a video. I just wanted to, relax, chill out, get my thoughts around things, see how I can sort bits and pieces out. Hopefully be back on the adventure by the end of next week. I'm not too sure at the moment, depends on what goes on. Before I go on to that, I best do my thoughts of the West Country, really. Yeah, it was a surreal experience, I must admit. I thought it was a bit like, oohing and ahhing and whatnot when I first started and I went into the South Downs and I couldn't find anywhere to park overnight, and the New Forest for being even worse with that. The amount of stakes that they have, to stop people parking on lay-bys, little side alleys and everything like that in the New Forest is absolutely horrendous. I think they're one step off of having cameras in every single car park, because everywhere I went, it just had signs everywhere and it said, you will be woken up in the middle of the night and moved on. So I ended up having to, book a campsite with money I didn't really have. And then, yeah, I got deeper into the West Country, like Wiltshire Way, Dorset Way, Somerset Way. I was all around there doing them bits. There's some amazing scenery up there. The amount of roofed houses that are over in the West Country is quite amazing. It's the same as when you go up north and you see the Tudor style houses, but it's, thatched roof houses. And going through that little village where they had the rice paddy and that beautiful little village. And then I think I first started, where did I go? Oh, that was after Wardour Castle. Amazing ruins that is, and where I saw Mandy and her on her adventures that, gave me a kick up the butt and got me back into, feeling the adventure after having an amazing walk around Wardour Castle. The amount of places in England that sound like, names off of Lord of the Rings or something like, mystical Game of Thrones or something like that is quite unreal. But then I ended up at South Cadbury. That's an amazing place in itself. Camelot Pub, cannot say enough nice things about that, especially for my wild boar burger and the people that bought me a drink and, everything like that. And yeah, that was absolutely brilliant. Yeovil is Yeovil. It's a town that's a town. And I'm trying to remember where I went after that. I've done so many places inside the month. I've only been away for a month. That's the weird thing of it. It feels like a lot longer. When did I go? Oh, that was it. Pilsner's Pen is where I went, where it had the old Iron Age fort where the roundhouses and that used to be. And I've done that and I kept pronouncing the name wrong, so I'm very sorry about that, West Country. I am really sorry about that. But yeah, that was beautiful to stay up there. And then I had that night in the little lay-bar just before then. And then I ended up going down to Bridport and Ocean Town and places like that. And the people around there, I met some amazing people around there. Matthew and your missus, congratulations on the graduation there. Not Matthew, your missus, Libby, I think. I hope that's right, otherwise I'm going to get told off. And then met them down at Ocean Town. That was the day after I'd done that epic walk up the, I won't call it mountain, but that cliffside. If you look back on the pictures, you'll see how small this person was compared to the height of that. That was good to do though, just to, get a bit of tall hiking underneath my belt. And then I ended up staying by the Bell Inn for a couple of nights, which was quite naughty, because I spent most of the time in the pub. And that was when I realised, really weirdly, before I left home, I was never really a salad eater or anything like that. And then I had the burger in that pub, and it was a decent beefy burger with some proper cheese on it. But I just looked at it, I was like, I could really do with some salad, which is something you rarely ever hear. But I suppose that's the way it's got into me. My body wants more nutrients than what it's got. One of the council litter pickers. I must give a big shout out to the Romney Marsh for the Romney Marsh litter pickers, who I'm a member of, that keep this place clean. You heart beats to see how little litter there is here. And then after that is when I started heading out Glastonbury way, and ended up Riverside with that amazing family that came down in the horse and cart, and they ended up cooking me some food, opened a bottle of champagne with me. They were out playing on the river on their, you know, paddle boards, jumping off the bridge. It was something really nice to see, up until the wee hours, you know, just having real decent conversation with them in really bright moonlight. And then yeah, after that, where do we go? Glastonbury, the one place, and I've been around this world and England and places like that absolutely lives up to its name. You know, it's I think somebody told me it was like the world's only open air cyclone, which is quite apt because people just don't care. As I said before, if you want to be a 60-year-old Rastafarian, you know, dancing to yourself by the monument, that's what you do. If you want to walk down the street with your boombox singing to yourself, that's what you want to do. If you want to walk down the street with a Bob Marley and bare feet, that's what you want to do. You want to do some street art and painting on the pavement, that's what you do. It is a surreal place. And I was lucky enough to go with the pilgrimage people in the Glastonbury Abbey. I never got to do Glastonbury tour because it was just too hot. And I must admit, I wimped out, and then I ended up going to Burnham-upon-Sea, which itself it's got a lovely parade there. You've got some arcades and everything there. If you want to park up there on Park 4 night, it's a beautiful place to park up. You might have seen my pictures and my video from there. Beautiful sunset there. I must admit, it was beautiful, a sunset there. And then yeah, and then it was me heading back. And I really can't remember many of the places that I head back to, apart from I was in Cocking the night before. Oh, and then I spent a couple of days in that really nice shelter bit where I chilled out, and then made the big mistake to moving over to near Hungerford. Even though over in Hungerford that wasn't really that bad, and it was nice to get that really fresh water. But yeah, that's about it on the Western adventures, I suppose. Sorry I've not been more descriptive and whatnot. As I said, I've got a few bits going on that are taking my mind up. Yeah, and I'll let you have a show around here. And the girls have finally made it to the ocean. I don't even think you can see them. They're such little specks over there. I've managed to do the grandpa bit. Got my umbrella, my chair, all the bits. I'm looking after them. You know, I don't have to walk around too much. But yeah, the sandy beach here at Greatstone. It goes from up this side. It gets to shingle, well, when you start about there, it starts getting to shingle, and it's the same as basically when you see the slipway coming out from the Littlestone lifeboat, is where the shingle starts again. And you've got a fair amount of rescue here. Up that end, you've got Dungeness lifeboat, which is the bigger lifeboat, you know, enclosed lifeboat, and then you've got the little onshore lifeboat there, and then just behind it, you've got Lynn Airport, which is home to the search and rescue helicopter. You might hear a lot of humming and everything else in the background, but that's because there's a lot of aeroplanes going over. But I must admit, for a hot Saturday, first day of the summer holidays, it is very quiet here. You know, we've had thousands upon thousands come down here. Oh, that's the only problem. We're having an umbrella on a chair in a breeze. Well, I think that's a sign from nature that I should really wrap this up. But yeah, I will keep coming back to you. We'll do some more videos. I'm going to try and park up somewhere tonight, a bit off grid, just to show you places on the Romney Marsh that you can park off grid, even though a lot of them have been shut down, like Dungeness and the nature reserves and places like that. But you know, that's the way it is. That's modern times for you. But other than that, like I always say, keep adventuring. No, take it easy, keep adventuring, and love you, bye.